This is lesson 9.3, and the topics for this lesson are going to be Satellite Sentinel 2, working with the plugin Semi-Automatic Classification Plugin, SCP, Cartography from the Spectral Signatures, SCP Processing, Clip Multiple Rasters, SCP Bandset, SCP Dock, SCP Imput, Input Image and Training Input, SCP Dock, Classification Dock, Roy Signatures, MacroClass and Class NDVI, SCP Dock, Classification Algorithm, LCS, SCP Dock, Classification Output, Raster, Conversation, Polygonize, Raster to Vector, GrassGIS 7, Vector.V.Generalize, Smooth Vector-Based Smooth Generalizations.
Hello everybody, this is lesson 9.3 and today we are going to still working with satellite images from Sentinel 2. Okay, we are going to load the reflectance files we have that we created the other day at the lesson 9.2. It's all these layers. Then, in order to avoid to work with very big files, what I'm going to do is just cut a part of the image to work on, okay? To do that task, just go here, the plugin SCP. I believe it's in tools. We have tool settings. Let me check here. In processing, we have clip multiple rasters. Then click here. Refresh the image in order to load all these files, okay, here. Then when you click here, you're going to select all of them. Then I'm going to take out band number 10 and number 9 because we are not going to use that ones, and number 1. Okay, then you have to click this button to select the area you want. The area I want to select is going to be something from here to here, something like that. To select the first corner at the top left, you have to click left on your mouse, then click right to the opposite corner. You are going to have the area, okay? As you can see here, the coordinates. We are not going to use any of these options. Then run. You have to create a folder. It's going to be lesson 9 and folder, new folder. It's going to be clip. Reflectance for Edmonton. Select the folder. Now it's carrying all the files. The process is already complete. Let's go to check the folder. What's this one? Okay, we have all these files now. Now what I'm going to do is eliminate the other ones, these ones, the reflectance, and I'm going to leave the clip ones, okay? From here to here, I'm going to remove. Good, that's the area we have now. Okay, next step is going to create a band set. To do that one, just click here, the option set band sets, I believe, or even you can go here, band set, refresh, then click all the options, add here. Remember, you have to put that ones in order: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8. Remember, 8, 8 has to be always after band 8. Okay. Then we are going to put the center wavelength with this option here. Okay. Now, if you want to use bands 9, 10, and 1, because we don't have that bands here because we remove then, you can put all the centers wavelength manually. Okay, you know what is the wavelength center for every band, as you can see here. I believe here. Okay, we have all the center wavelength. Okay, you can put that one manually if you want to use these bands also. After you do that one, as you can see here, let me add the panel. This one. We have the panel here. When you finish this one, you add all these bands here. You are going to see here band set is already created, right? Then you don't have to do anything more. If you want to create a virtual create raster band of band set etc, you can press here to create it, but it's not our case. And now we are going to create a tiny input. Click this button here, select the file, the folder I mean, lesson 9, going to keep inside this folder. We was using some trainings the other day to do the spectral signatures. As you can see, it was that ones, but now we are going to create a new one. Okay, training 3. Save. Okay. Now, as we said the other day, when you want to make a composition, just select this option here. For a real color, it's going to be 3, 2, 1. Click. Wait for a while. Band set here is already created. Just take these ones out. Okay, that one is with real color. As I said the other day, you can click here properties and modify some things here. For example, this option, load minimum and maximum values. You can play with these parameters here. Going to use this one. Load, click here, apply. Every satellite image is going to have a different colors. Okay, sometimes it looks more real color, sometimes it doesn't look right, but that's the picture we have. Okay, now in order to do the cartography of the area according to the spectral signatures, we have to pick up some region of interest. We call ROI, region of interest. Okay, and we have to keep that information in our classification doc. Okay, let's go to do it. I'm going to close this panel at the moment. First of all, we are going to do the river. Then the MacroClass is going to be water, and the class is going to be river. We are going to use the polygon to take a big area. Okay, then save. I pick up some pixels here that are not good. Okay, I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to create again. I'm going to use now a different area. This one here, for example. All these pixels. Save. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up one more sample. The class changes automatically to number 2 and the MacroClass class is still in number 1. This one is going to be river 2. Save. For the, if you want to see the spectral signature, when you click here at the corner, this corner, you're going to select all the region of interest you have. You can see the spectral signatures are almost the same, both of them. When you here, as you can see, plot value range, you can select and take out. Okay, this range is for all the pixels we took. Okay, for example, in this one, the first one we did, it was this one, right? And here you have different pixels. Every pixel is 10 by 10 and every pixel has different values. Okay, then for all the pixels you took in this area, the maximum and minimum you can see here in this range. Okay, and also for band 1 minimum, 1 to maximum, you have all the values here for all the bands. Okay, the same for this one. Okay, as you can see, for example, the range here is bigger than in the other case. Okay, for water, now what I'm going to pick up also these samples here. The numbers you are saying there, for example 0.048, is because of this one. It's the NDVI values. Okay, that's really good when you are going to do a cartography, because for negative values it means that's water, and also for values very low like this one, 0.04, it indicates that one is water. Okay, as you can see, for example, bigger values as this one, 0.8, that indicates vegetation with really good health. Okay, sometimes with you don't have, for example, for a bare soils, the values are very low also. For example, here, as you can see, 0.6, 0.1, it means there is no vegetation, or the vegetation is very stressed. Here you can see values of 0.6, that's a very dense vegetation. You can change for other kind of parameters. Okay, as I was saying, this one, in this case, that one is water also. When you're, what we are doing now, it's a supervised classification. When you are doing a supervised classification, you have to know the site a little bit. okay? Because in other way you can do unsupervised classification. Unsupervised classification, you're going to do the classification just with the software, okay? And you don't have to pick up any samples, okay? The software is going to detect the simples with pixels with similarities, and the software is going to make a group with that kind of pixels. Then you have to select how many classes you want, and then the cartography is going to do, if you put for example 5 classes, it's going to be the cartography with 5 different colors, and every color is going to represent something, okay? But in our case, that's supervised classification. Then it means you know the area and you are going to assign samples for every class, okay? That one is water. This one I'm going to put pound 1. Save. And I'm going to pick out one more sample for these ones here, for example. These are really big values. We can use also this option here. That one is going to pick out 100 pixels. This one is going to be 0.2. Save, and that's it at the moment for water. Now we are going to change the class, and then it's going to be class 2, MacroClass, sorry, MacroClass 2, class 1, and that one is going to be urban, for urban areas or residential areas. Okay, let's go to pick up, for example, you can change the composition if you want to see better the urban areas. For example, let's go to choose this kind of composition, 2, 3, 2. And let's see if we can see better the urban areas. As you can see now, in this case are blue color, and for the vegetation it's a red one. You can make the difference bigger in order to cut more pixels. Let's go to put a 5 here and see now what happened. Okay, as you can see, you are taking more pixels. Even you can put a bigger 6, and here 7. That's good. Urban and urban 1. Save. Then let's go to pick up more samples about urban. For example, in this area, urban 2. Also for these ones, that one is industrial areas, but I'm going to classify as an urban also. That's too much. 5. Number 3. Okay, now we are going to do vegetation. It's going to be a macro class number 3. Vegetation 1. Let's go to use this one. 8. Two. This one 3. As you can see, that ones are different kind of vegetation. You see, this one are trees, and this one is a golf field. Okay. As you can see, the values of the NDVI here are on 5, between 5 and 6. Here is really high. Some values from 6 to 7, 0.6 to 7. Here's also almost 5. Six. 6, 5. I would like to take out the road. 4. 3. 2. Okay, something like that. That one is going to be number 3, number 4. This one number 5. We are going to classify then just with the macro class. Okay. Now I take in samples for all kind of vegetation. 7 here. 6. 5. Something like that is good. This is number 6. Okay, let's see something more here, for example. That one is going to be 7. This field here, for example. 8. Okay, we have water, urban, vegetation. Now we are going to classify the bare soil. You can put here number 1, for example, but you can, it's up to you. You want to put number 1 because you start a new macro class and you want to start from 1, or you can keep the values. It doesn't matter. Soil 1. Now we are going to use the NDVI values to classify the bare soil. For example, this one. This one is going to be number 1. And this one is going to be number 2. Next one, number 3. It's going to be this one, for example. one, number 4. This one. Number 5. Inside here. Next one, 6. Next one is going to be 7. 4 classes, okay guys? We have 4 macro classes now. That one has vegetation. This one 7. Okay, let's see how it looks like at the moment. Clicking this button. Well, first I'm going to select just MacroClass. You see, that one is the 4 MacroClass we have. Classification algorithm. Use MacroClass or use class. We are going to use just MacroClass. We can use different kind of algorithms. We are going to use minimum distance, and also we are going to use land cover signature classification. Okay. Then clicking this button here, going to take out the rows. Okay. And click an area here. That's our classification at the moment. Bare soil here, vegetation for this one, urban areas for this kind of green, and water this one. You can make the area bigger, for example 500 here. Okay, that looks like. The black areas are unclassified. We have the highway as an urban areas also. It depends how much accurate you want to be. Okay, you have to be more accurate when you are taking the region of interest. Even here in this area, it's everything as an urban one. I'm not sure about it. Okay, let's go to see the spectral signatures. When you have with an orange highlight, it indicates there are overlap. Okay. In this case, this one, it's overlap all these classes. Class 311, class 310, class 39, class 3, macro class 3, class 7, okay. Macro class 3, class 6, okay. But as you can see here, all they are urban. Also for vegetation. We can modify these ones, modifying the spectral signature, but that's an introduction. We are not going to explain too much things, okay, related with this kind of stuff to avoid overlapping. Then We can classify the soils here, clicking here, select a folder. We are going to create a new one. New folder, classification, then classification number 1. Save. Now show me the panel. This is our classification. In order to classify the black pixels unclassified, we can use one more algorithm. We are going to do now. I'm going to put this one here. Classification. I'm going to click this option also. Okay, and I'm going to classify again. Classification is going to be number 2. And let's go to see how it looks like. Classify 2 is this one. Okay. Now let's go to do some things to improve the quality of the image. First, go here, raster, conversion, polygon size from raster to vector. Click here, select the file you want to convert in vector, select a folder. It's going to be lesson 9. Going to create a new folder. Going to put vector, raster to vector. Open here, Carto, save, and OK. Procedure is already complete. Close. now we have this one in a vector format. Properties, we can change the colors here. Category size, classify. Number 1 was water, blue. This one is urban areas. I'm going to put a different color for this one, something like this color. Okay, that one is vegetation. It's going to be a green one, something like this one, and this one is for bare soil, something like yellow. That's okay. Apply. This is the cartography with 4 different classes. As you can see this image, we can see a lot of pixels there. That's not good. We can modify a little bit that situation. For that one, we are going to use geoprocessing from GrassGIS. For a vector option, it's going to be this one, vector generalize a smooth, vector-based smooth generalization. Then double click, select The file in our case is the cartoon. Select the method. I'm going to try snakes. Now we are going to create a provisional one, temporary one, run to see how it looks like. Okay, the process is already finished. As you can see, that one it's now like a lines. Let's go to add some colors to see how it looks like. This one is going to be water. This one is going to be urban areas. This one is going to be vegetation. And this one is going to be bare soil. Apply. Okay. That's the final one. We can improve the cartography. As you can see here, for example, there are urban areas inside this island. That's not true. Okay. Also for here we have a lot of urban areas. We can improve that situation also, but that it's to have an approximately map of the cartography. Okay, that's not very accurate. If you want to do a cartography with a very big area, that's very hard. Okay, but to have an approximation, that's a really good one. Okay, then you can create your map as you want. Composition, for example, add a map. You can put your scale here. $50. Go inside. $40. Add your legend. Nope, that's too much. From here to here, I can you have to take this one out. From here to here, take out just this one. Then you can change the names. That is water. Okay. That is urban, roads, highways. This one is river, lake, ponds. This one is forest or vegetation in general. I'm going to be general. For this one, it's bare soils with poor vegetation. this one is going to be Cartography. Okay, that's it for today. See you next lesson.